Hello, Whandit. My name is Wildcard. Welcome back, and thank you for subscribing. So, South Africa versus Argentina, first round of the Rugby Championship 2021 is happening, and this is going to be played in South Africa, back-to-back games, and yeah, following a very, very impressive performance against the British and Irish Lions, the Springboks is in a really good position, I think, in the Rugby Championship to win it. And against Argentina, they have stripped a lot of the core players from the British and Irish Lions winning team, but they still kept a lot of their core players in core positions just to give the team that rigid structure the Springboks likes to have to play around with against the Argentinians. So the Springboks, so this is, I wouldn't say this is the South Africa like C team as the one that sort of lost to the Bulls in the Lions tour. Although about, half the team is from the South Africa A team that lost to the Bulls in the British and Irish Lions tour. And this was, it's definitely like the cream of the crop, the cream of this South African A team combined with about half of the Springbok kind of like starting team. So I wouldn't call it like a C team as this South Africa A team was. It's more like a B team, like 2.5, B plus team, right? So yeah, a few of the key players are resting, especially in the back lines, but the South Africans really like packed it up in the front. And really, I think the battle's going to be won in the forward pack for the South Africans. And Argentina likes to play that penalty kick strategy. So if the forward pack gets shut down, the Argentinians are not going to get many opportunities to kick those 3-pointers for Sanchez. So it'd be very interesting to see how he goes. And South Africa, once again, in this matchup, packed up the bench quite a bit with a very strong forward pack, a lot of experience in the form of Morné Stein, and this reserve front row is basically the starting reserve front row. So this is the winning piece of the puzzle for the Springboks right here. This is the front row that came in late in the second half against the British and Irish Lions and just dominated the scrummaging, dominated the set pieces. And yeah, so whilst, this is, the core front rowers from the South Africans are not on the team, but the reserves are definitely still there to close out the game quite easily, it looks like. So there's a few things I wanted to mention as well before getting to the full lineup. Nicolas Sanchez, his kicking hasn't been that great. So leading up to this match, the Pumas have played 3 test matches as the trial. So they played against Romania, which they almost lost because due to Sanchez really poor kicking mostly. And then they played 2 games against the Welsh B team, because the A team is in the Lions tour, is on the Lions tour. So they had a draw in the first match against Wales after getting red carded. So they had to play 50 minutes of the game with one player in the bin. And despite the fact that they had one player in the bin, the Pumas, when they attacked, they looked really, really threatening. And they were able to put 2 tries on the board against the 15-man Wales team. But when they got themselves ahead, it's just like started to resort back to that safe style where they go for a lot of kicking, a lot of like penalty kicks. Even once that's kind of like far for Sanchez, they still opted for it, and he missed a few. So he ended up being a draw. So if Sanchez once again performed a bit better with the kicking, the Pumas would have won that game. And then in the third and final match against Wales again, the Pumas really closed it out that one with, again, very conservative play for about 60 minutes. At the last 20 minutes, they kind of like, whilst they were ahead by quite a bit, opened up a bit, which led to, I think, Materia scoring a try for the Pumas. and basically like gave him a decisive win over the Welsh. And Nicolas Sanchez did play much better in terms of his kicking in the third game, and it did look like all the pieces of the puzzle starting to click together for the Pumas. However, coming into this game, there is one big loss at the number 9 position. The Kubeli is injured whilst playing in France. So yeah, this number 9 position, this 9-10 combo is not something that the Argentinians are used to, and it's quite important for the Argentinians to have that link between the 9 and 10 with their particular play style. So it'll be interesting to see what's happening. And the for the Springboks, they really packed out the backline a little bit with the Francois Stein coming back in inside center at the number 12, coveted number 12 Springbok jersey. Jesse Krill is back at a number 13 jersey. A lot of experience in the center field combination, despite the fact that both players aren't quite as in form as they were maybe like 2 years ago in 2019. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how they fare up against the Pumas. We know the strategy for the Pumas. It's all about getting those penalties. It's all about kicking those goals. And we know what the South Africans want to do is dominate the 4-pack and really try to minimize those opportunities for the Pumas and maybe get a few kicks on the ball for themselves. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, and it'd be quite interesting to see how this turn out. And being at home for the Springboks, I still think that I do think they have quite a big bit of edge over the Argentinians, but never count out the Argentinians. It's what they say. Let's start from the top. So at the loose set proposition, Onks Nish is back from his injury. He had a neck injury after getting kind of like pushed up by Tom Curry in the first game of the Lions tour. He's back. He's earned himself 3 caps, 114 kilograms, 173 centimeters. He's actually been really good for the loose set prop. He was under a little bit of pressure in the British International Lions tour against Ty Furlong, but Furlong is like next level good tight head prop. He's up against Francesco Gomez Cordella, 11 caps, 184 centimeters, 120 kilograms. Quite a big man. At the number 2 position, Joseph Dweba, 0 caps. He's actually played 1 game for I think maybe 2 games. I think he played 2 games for the South African A team, but he hasn't officially debuted for the Springboks yet. And he's 180 centimeters tall, 108 kilograms. He's up against Julian Montoya. He's the captain for the Pumas. 55 caps, 183 centimeters, 113 kilograms. Wilco Lowe is coming in at number 3 at a tight head position. 13 caps, 185 centimeters, 126 kilograms. Wilco had just been called into the Springboks team. He did play in that losing match against the South Africa A, but I think he played in the first half, which the South Africa A team did dominate, so he wasn't really like technically in the losing half of the match, which was the second half. He's up against Nahuel Tetaz Caparo. He's 54 caps, 188 centimeters, 121 kilograms at the loose head position for the Pumas. In the lock position, Ibn Itzebeth, the foundation of the South African scrummaging, and he is one that seems to go down quite a bit for weird injuries to give themselves a break. So every now and then he will go down. He's the one that, if the team needs a break, he will go down and pretend that he's injured and get a trainer to come have a look at him. He's the one. Watch out for him doing that a few times this game, just to give the Springboks a break. He's 89 caps, 123 kilograms, 203 centimeters. He's up against Guido Petty, 55 caps, 193 centimeters, 112 kilograms. Number 5 position, Lou Diaga, 48 caps, 125 kilograms, 206 centimeters. He's up against Marcos Kramer, 24 caps, 2 meters and 1 centimeter tall, 115 kilograms. So the second row position is a really nice matchup for both teams. Lou Diaga and Ibn Itzebeth are widely considered the top 2 locks for the Springboks. So they really packed this out to make sure that the lineouts and the scrummaging is stabilizing, and the mauls are going to be pretty well. The set pieces are going to work out pretty well. Whilst the Argentina Kramer, he's pretty well known for being a really good lineout jumper. and he's just like a really aggressive player, and just really interesting to see how their second row team fares up in all the set pieces and all the little mind games they play amongst each other. Very interesting there. And the loose forward position, Sia Khaleesi at the open side flanker for the Springboks, the captain, 54 caps, 105 kilograms, 188 centimeters. He's up against Facundo Issa at 28 caps, 188 centimeters, 111 kilograms. In South Africa, the number 6 position is open side flanker, so he's technically up against Facundo. And the blind side flanker, Quagga Smith, 10 caps, 95 kilograms, 108 centimeters. He's up against Pablo, the racist, Matera. And I wonder if he's going to get some heat playing South Africa, since the tweets he talked about was racist against South Africans. And he has, that was last year, and South Africa wasn't in the Rugby Championship last year. So he's probably going to get a few shots on him this game for saying this stuff. Yeah, we shall see. Pablo Matera. He's actually contracted to play for the Crusaders next year. So, yeah, good on him for moving into one of the premier teams in the world. Yeah, so Quagga Smith, pretty good for the Springboks. He's like a really, really high work rate. He used to play sevens for the Springboks. So, despite only having 10 caps, he's excellent player. At number 8, Jasper Visa. I have to think about how to pronounce his name. Jasper Visa, 3 caps, 190 centimeters, 110 kilograms. He is actually spectacularly good, despite only having 3 caps for the Springboks. He played both the second and third game for the Springboks in the Lions tour, and he was just like everywhere. He was catching high balls. He was just really high work rate, very low mistakes. A little bit better than Quagga Smith in terms of the mistake count. So yeah, I was really impressed, despite him being like relatively unknown for the Springboks. And at number 8 position for the Argentinians is Rodrigo Bruni, 3 caps, 188 centimeters, and 110 kilograms. So yeah, pretty close matchup, these two here. In the back line, we have Kobus Reinach at number 9 position for the Springboks, 16 caps, 35 points. Test points, 175 centimeters and 84 kilograms. He's up against Felipe Izukura, who comes in for Kubeli, who's been injured. 8 caps, 178 centimeters, 89 kilograms. And number 10 position, Elton Yenshis is back in the squad again after being removed for the last 2 games of the Lions series due to his, I guess, poor performance in the first test. And he missed the kick and coming off the bench, so he wasn't very impressive. And just his kicking percentage seems to be a little bit lower at the moment, despite the fact that he's actually pretty good overall in terms of directing traffic as a playmaker. He had been injured this year, so he hasn't had much game time in club rugby either, so maybe that's why he's a bit rusty. 39 caps of Springboks, 283 points, 176 centimeters, and 88 kilograms. He's up against the veteran Nicolas Sanchez, the legend himself for the number 10 jersey in the Pumas team. 81 caps, 773 points, 177 centimeters, and 83 kilograms. So his kicking, it's going to be very instrumental for the Pumas if they want to be the Springboks on the weekend. I'll have Afalele Fassi. He's back, 1 test cap for the Springboks, 189 centimeters, 87 kilograms at the winger position. A lot of the South Africans have been telling me that he's a really, really good player. So I'm looking forward to see him play some more for the Springboks. And by the way, he looks like a rapper or something, right? Look at him. He looked like a model or something. Like quite a handsome looking fella there. He like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see him on an album cover or something for some rap music. Anyway, Matthias Moroni, 43 caps, 185 centimeters, 88 kilograms, and 40 test points for the Pumas. Number 12, my hero from 2007. He's the reason I have this jersey, the 2007 Rugby World Cup jersey for the Springboks. Francois Stein, winning the Rugby World Cup. I think it was 19 or 20 years of age. Number 12 jersey. Quite famous for his long-range 60-meter kick. 68 test caps, 141 points. 191 centimeters, 114 kilograms. He's also the second player in the Springbok team to win 2 Rugby World Cups. Maybe he has another one ahead of him. He's technically still young. He's like, what, 31? So he can technically still make it to the next World Cup and potentially be the first Springbok to win 3 World Cups. We'll see. But he's really out of shape at the moment. He played against Georgia and he just looked like a prop. And he made quite a few mistakes, just like penalties after penalties. Wasn't very impressive out of that Georgian game, and that's why he didn't get a run at all in the Lions tour. He's up against Geronimo de la Fonte, 50 caps for the Pumas, 30 points, 184 centimeters, 98 kilograms. Yeah, as you can see, Franz Stallion is almost 220 kilograms, and he's just giant guy. Like, he's probably put on more weight recently as well. We'll have to see what shape he's in this weekend, but he looked like a prop when he played against the Georgians. Number 13, Jesse Krill. Quite the opposite of Franz Stein. If you Google Jesse Krill, it's just like pictures of him and his abs. It's just like super ripped, like super lean, like 5% body fat, that kind of person. Like quite the opposite. 47 test caps, 60 points for the Springboks, 186 centimeters, 95 kilograms. Up against Santiago Chocobares, 2 caps, 188 centimeters, 97 kilograms. Quite a relatively young guy for the Pumas. At number 14, Subu Nkosi. He's 11 test caps, 40 test points for the Springboks, 181 centimeters, 97 kilograms. He's quite a spectacular finisher for the Springboks. The Springboks have like really impressive finishes, and these guys don't even get to make it to the starting team because of, Cheslin Kobe and Mapimpi are just like even better, right? Like, these two guys are already world-class finishers that any international team would love to have, and yet they can't even make the bench for the Springboks. That's just how good, the Springboks, team is, how much depth they have. His opponent is Bautista Delgoy. He's 6 test caps, 183 centimeters, 81 kilograms. And the number 15 spot, Damien Valemsi. He finally gets himself in the starting jersey at number 15. He seems to be the designated number 23 for the Springboks every game. Regardless what's happening, he's always the last person in the team. Number 23, number 23, number 23. And he's always, and by the way, when he comes off the bench, he's always made a good impact, like winning those high balls, turning the ball over in critical time. So he's really like a big injection of energy for the Springboks. He's finally made himself on the 15 jersey to starting spot. So congratulations. He's up against Santiago Carreras, who's actually really good fullback for the Pumas as well. This will be a good matchup to see. I'm not sure if Valemsi is better than Carreras, but Carreras, despite being a very young player, has really good boot at the fullback position, really good under the high ball. So yeah, I might say Carrera has a slight edge over Valemsi here, in fact. So we shall see how this plays out. On the bench, this is the real power for the Springboks. This is the finishers for the Springboks, like truly, like not just reserves or substitutes. These guys are finishers. They come on the field and dominate and really make an impact for winning the game for the Springboks. So this front row reserved Malcolm Marks at hooker position, 37 caps, 114 kilograms, 189 centimeters. Trevor Nyake, 48 test caps, 121 kilograms, 178 centimeters. And Vincent Koch, 23 caps, 185 centimeters, 118 kilograms. These three are absolutely the most important 3 people for the Springbok team. They won both the Lions tests coming off the bench for the Springboks. Like, hands down, they were absolutely the most important 3 players coming on the field in the second half. And they just dominated the scrummaging again and again and again, stabilizing the situation. And the Springboks were down both games in second and third test against the Lions, going to halftime. And the second half, the finishers came on. These 3 guys comes on and just completely turns the game around for the Springboks. So yeah, this is, I do see that. Looking up at the Pumas reserves, they're going to struggle. And this is where the game is going to be lost for the Pumas. We'll see it there. So for the Pumas, we'll have Facundo Bosch, 8 test caps, 180 centimeters, 100 kilograms. Carlos Mazio, he's debuting for the Pumas at 37 years of age. Really, congratulations, my man. You finally made it. 180 centimeters, 111 kilograms. At a number 18 position, Santiago Medrano, 19 test caps, 185 centimeters, 112 kilograms. So yeah, this is probably, these guys are going to have a really, really tough time in the second half. At number 19 jersey for the Springboks, Marvin Ori, 4 test caps, 198 centimeters, 110 kilograms. Thomas Lavanini for the Pumas, the number 19 jersey, 53 test caps, 2 meters and 1 centimeters tall, 131 kilograms. At the number 20 position, Marco van Staden, 5 test caps, 184 centimeters, 106 kilograms. He's up against Matias Almano, 63 caps, 199 centimeters, 117 kilograms. I'm very impressed by Marcus van Staden as well. Despite someone who hasn't had that many games for the Springboks, he came off the bench for the Springboks in the Lions tour, and he did. I had doubts with his performance in the Springbok A game where he got a yellow card, but he really tied it up and made quite an impression off the bench in the second and third Lions tour test as well. So good on him for really making an improvement on his errors from the South African A game. And then at number 20... Wait, did he get a yellow card or was it Faf de Klerk got a yellow card? I think, yeah, he did get a yellow card, yes. At number 21 position, Daniel Dupreez. He's just been called into the Springbok team. He hasn't played for the Springboks for quite a few years from the looks of it. He has 4 caps, 196 centimeters, 112 kilograms. He's up against Gonzalo Petrano, 26 test caps, 174 centimeters, 72 kilograms. Herschel Yanshis, a number 22 jersey, 14 test caps, 106 centimeters, 74 kilograms. Again, he's one of the finishers, like specialized finishers for the Springboks. He's always at the number 22 jersey, except for the final game where they gave it to Morné Stein. But the number 22 jersey is his spot. He's just super impactful off the bench, being able to really lift that tempo at the halfback position and just like give that extra boost for the Springboks in their attack options. He's up against, he's not quite up against, but at the 22 position is Domingo Miotti, the reserve number 10 for Sanchez. 4 test caps for the Pumas, 188 centimeters, 85 kilograms. Miotti, his kicking is a lot worse than Sanchez, unless he's been working to improve. But yeah, hopefully he's been really working on that kicking. If he wants to solidify himself as the next top number 10 for the Pumas, he really needs to leave that, because at the moment his kicking percentage based on Super Rugby is slightly more than 50%, like 60% or something. So really not that great. You want it to be like 80%, 90%, for close to 90% for that. Especially for a strategy that the Pumas wants to play with, which involves a lot of kicking and a lot of penalties. Yeah, you really wanted to make sure that number is up there. At the number 23 position, the legend himself, Morné Stein. I can't believe he came back and won another Lions tour. At 36 years of age, 67 test caps, 742 points for the Springboks, 184 centimeters, 91 kilograms, and despite never winning the Rugby World Cup, he won 2 Lions tours for the Springboks. That is very impressive. At his opposition number 23, Sebastian Casaliere, is 10 caps, 185 centimeters, and 90 kilograms. So yeah, the Springboks bench is super, super stacked. And yeah, it's just about how, like, on paper, the Springboks has a much stronger team. And, you know, the experience in the center field is a bit of a mismatch against the Pumas. And the forward pack is also a bit of a mismatch as well with, you know, Ibn Isbeth. And this, yeah, the loose forwards also a bit of a mismatch as well. So I do see this as a comfortable win for the Springboks, to be honest. I don't see this Argentina, unless Argentina pull out some kind of miracle like they did against the All Blacks, I don't see Argentina winning this one. especially when the South Africa and Argentina has a very similar strategy in terms of like playing safe. I just think that South Africa also has a bit more punching power as well when it comes to like the open field, open play, like if they want to open up the play style. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have anything you want to say, post down below. I read all the comments. I will reply to you. And yeah, have fun watching some rugby this weekend. And I'll see you guys for the reviews tomorrow in a couple days. Thanks for watching. Cheers.